Let's go. The station. Remember it, I'll come back to it. Right turn. My rider points at the sign. 9:30. Here we go. The asphalt here is old. Not broken up, just old. Fine, dense, a bit rough. Nobody lays it like this anymore. No markings, no lanes, so the whole road is mine. Until the first one coming the other way. Time I introduced myself. I'm an old Honda, 250 cubic centimeters, built in '99. The very metal this man is riding right now. And now about that station we just passed. A narrow gauge line from the end of the 19th century, between Santander and Bilbao. Still running. I once rode along another railway. That one was meant to link two seas. It never reached either of them. This one was luckier. They finished it, and it still carries people. There are fewer of us every year, old machines still on the job. Now about where we're going. Two roads today that barely exist on any map. One has a number on the sign but not in the navigator. The other has no number at all. And two places at the end of those roads. The first is named after the devil. The second after the one who beat the devil. I didn't plan it that way. The air here is colder than on the main road. I like that more than it looks from the outside. Cold air, richer mixture, I run happier. An engine in the shade pulls better than one in the sun. No poetry about it. Pure physics. The plane trees overhead grow in rows. Somebody planted them on purpose, to put a roof over the asphalt. He knew nothing about me, and he did me a favor. The river on the left is called Aguanaz. Nobody designed this road. They laid it along the water, because the water found the convenient way along before people did. That's how most old roads in these hills came about. Which makes the first road engineer around here a liquid one who charged nothing. And the ground here is full of holes. Limestone. Water lives inside it like it's home. It goes down, travels under the rock and comes back out wherever it decides. In a couple of minutes you'll see what that adds up to. 2 kilometers. A road nobody turns onto, because it supposedly leads nowhere. But it does lead somewhere. We're almost there. We're here. I park almost at the entrance. From here the man goes on foot. I stay outside guarding the helmet. The place is called Hoznayo. 150 years ago there was a spa here. A real one, with a bathhouse, a Swiss-style hotel and houses they rented out to families for the whole summer. They say even the king came. Now all that's left of it is walls without roofs. And it all started, if you believe the locals, with a French priest. He fled here from the revolution, hid in these rocks and noticed that the water here was bringing his eyesight back. Then the priest vanished. Where to, nobody knows. Ever since, they call the spring the Frenchman's. I'm metal. I don't believe in miracles. Although my eyesight improves noticeably too. Every time my rider wipes my headlight. Later they put the water on a production line and started bottling it. It stood in Cantabrian houses as something completely ordinary. The bottling closed down in 1980. And here's the main thing. The cave where, according to the legend, that same Frenchman hid. The neighbors evidently felt lukewarm about him, because they didn't name the place after him. They named it the Devil's Grotto. Rock, water, darkness and complete silence. 2 steps from a perfectly normal road. Somebody around here had a rich imagination. Stalactites grow about a centimeter a century. 1 centimeter, 100 years. Which means that while I was standing on the assembly line in '99, nothing here noticed. While I was sold, repaired, repainted and repaired again, still nothing. Over my entire life this cave has grown 1/4 of a centimeter. Lucky for it there's no annual inspection. Through the cave you come out straight to the water. This is where the limestone I mentioned back on the road pays off. Water doesn't run over the top of it. It lives inside the stone, takes its own passages and comes out where it decides. The cave is basically an old kind, just one that nobody laid. And down below, rapids, a waterfall and people calmly swimming. A place with no signposts, no ticket office and no car park. 100 meters off the asphalt, and you have to know where to look. One secret place done, one to go. Right, we're somewhere else now. Between these two shots there was half an hour of boring main road, and I decided to spare you. We start at the church of San Sebastian. The second road begins here. It has no number. None at all. Not on a sign, not on a map. Officially, it's just a road into the forest, used by logging trucks and by whoever needs to get to the pasture. There is asphalt under us, though. Old, narrow, clearly laid a long time ago and without much ambition. Somebody once decided there should be a hard surface here, and made one. That's enough for me. Climbing. First, second, first again. I keep the revs high, because on a climb, with my displacement, there isn't much to choose from. Eucalyptus all around. This isn't a local forest. It was brought here and planted in rows to be sold. The tree grows fast, goes into paper, and in 15 years it gets cut and a new one goes in. A forest like that is basically working a job. We're colleagues in a way, only my shift is longer. Now and then the trees part and you can see a long way. At spots like that my rider eases off the throttle without stopping. Goes slowly and looks. That's exactly why I call him my human. He didn't stop, didn't go off taking pictures, didn't drag me onto the grass verge. He just slowed down and carried on. road has been climbing for several kilometers now. Forest, pasture, forest again. Not one house, not one car coming the other way. And right there, in the middle of all this, is the thing we came up here for. The Chapel of San Miguel de Carceña. Early 13th century. 800 years ago somebody climbed up this slope, looked around and said, right here. Not in the village, not by the road, not where the people are. Here, up top, in the woods. And now the funny part. This morning we were in the Devil's Grotto. And San Miguel, in case anyone has forgotten, is the Archangel Michael. The one who beat the devil. From one to the other in a single day. Half an hour of main road and 25 kilometers between them. Why the chapel stands exactly here is explained like this. Shepherds noticed a bull digging at the same spot over and over. So they dug too. They found a buried image of the saint. It had been hidden there long before by people fleeing the Arab invasion. They decided to build lower down, more convenient for the parishioners. They started, and the next morning the stones and the timber were back up top again, at the spot of the find. It kept happening until the builders gave up and built where they had been told. I understand that. My writer also plots a route in the navigator sometimes and then rides wherever he feels like anyway. Now about the building itself. The arch over the door is already pointed, that's Gothic. But the carving running along it is still Romanesque, the old school. The place was caught right at the shift change between eras, and it stayed that way, half in one century, half in the next. I relate to that. I came off a line in '99 myself. Carburetor from the previous era, everything else nearly from the next one. You can't get inside, the door is locked. Outside there's a low wall and benches, to sit and wait for the service. Wait outside, in the open air. I know that arrangement well. And next to it there's a picnic area with a barbecue. And cows are living on that picnic area right now. Grazing right by the grill, calm, fully on top of the situation. Nobody grills anything here while they're around. Quite right too. Heading down. On a descent there's almost nothing for me to do. The work moves over to the brakes, and I listen to how they're taking it. The same road with no number, only downhill now. Today's tally. A road with a number that the map doesn't know about yet. And a road with no number at all. Neither of them leads anywhere, if you believe the navigator. Both of them led exactly where it was worth going. That's it. A devil in the morning, an archangel in the afternoon, and between them two roads that barely exist on any map. If you ride through these parts, don't be too lazy to turn off onto the unremarkable ones. Sometimes there are ruins, a cave and a waterfall around the corner. Sometimes just a good road. The second one isn't bad either. Take care of yourselves, and switch the engine off where it's beautiful, not where you're supposed to. And we finish, naturally, at a chapel. It can't be any other way here. There are so many of them in these valleys that wherever you're going, you start at one and end at another. See you.